My first baby is in the ground. I pulled off the lower limbs and buried it pretty deep. I had put a little bit of the black cow down in the hole, and then I planted and then filled in with the dirt, checked for pockets, and put some more black cow around it. When I get finished doing what I'm going to do on this row, then I will water it in closer to noon so that the leaves dry quickly. And I'm going to leave that little bit of diatomaceous earth on it for right now, because while they were in the greenhouse, I pulled the buds off. I did not want it to bloom while it was in the greenhouse. So by the time we get another rain, we should be getting some blooms then, and then the bees can come in and pollinate. Bees, butterflies, beneficial bugs. Also, I have a bucket here that I'm working over, and I'm saving the soil. I had asked Gary Pilcheck about it. I can pour boiling hot water over that since my plants are not diseased, and use some of that seed starting mix that I had, because I went through so much of it. I really hate to waste it, and I think I can sterilize it enough to use it some more. Number 2 is in the ground, and you can kind of see the spacing. I'm doing them a few feet apart. I want them to be able to breathe. And the first one is kind of wilty looking, and it's only been a few minutes, so I guess they are going to flip out for a little bit in shock. But I look for it to bounce back just fine. So I'm not panicking yet. Although, if something happens to these, I'm going to cry, because I have babied them since the first minute I put them in the soil on January the 21st. In case you're wondering why I haven't buried them all the way up to those lower leaves, I'm coming back in. I'm going to be adding in a day or two after they get through the shock. I don't know if I said it already or not, but I'm going to be mulching, but I'm going to put a heavy layer of compost before I mulch. And so that's going to go up a couple inches. And that is the reason I did that. That's the way. I know that most people, they just go ahead and bury them deep, deep, deep like that. These are deep. These are bigger plants. They're a lot bigger than most people start with. Next year I'll start with smaller plants. But since mine are this big, I've got them deep. No worries. I think they'll be just fine. Okay, so I don't know if you can see or not, but I did make a pooling area around the base of each of these plants. Right in here, so that when I do water them in, the water will hold there for a little bit and hopefully get rid of any air pockets that I may have left behind in my digging endeavors. These that I'm planting today are homestead tomatoes. Let me get out of my shadow. But you can see I've got 3 in the ground and my trusty post hole diggers. That's my buddies. So far they're looking. And I'm very happy to see this little guy. My garden's been full of them. And he's a fat one, so he's getting plenty of nutrients, and he's leaving me some castings. Isn't that awesome? I've gotten 4 of the homesteads planted, and I've got a couple in bigger pots on the porch. I'm gonna try to go a couple in pots, big pots, and see how that goes too, just in case. I'm kind of fearful of not producing fruit. I'm not really fearful of losing the plant per se, but just, you know, not knowing if it's going to produce fruit. I guess that's beginner's fear, but I also have beginner's dreams, so maybe one will cancel out the other. But I'll continue. I've got 2 Marion plants that I'm going to put on that end. And then I'll start with the beefsteaks. You know, I'm trying to do the bigger type plants towards this side. That way the sun is not blocked out, because this is the north side of my house. And then when you go back towards that way is the south side where the sun's going to be coming in at. So I want the smaller type fruited plants, the ones that don't grow quite as tall, more on the south side. These are my little porch plants, and they're doing good too. Even this pepper that's been outside for 3 days has acclimated fine, which at the greenhouse, I open the doors and the windows every day so that the natural temperatures of the day from morning until right after dark, they're exposed to. And then this week I've been leaving the window open at night and not turning on any kind of heat or any kind of heat lamps or anything like that. So they'll be ready to go out in the garden anytime. I'm just waiting until the soil's warmer, just because I really don't want to shock them to death. I've worked too hard on these babies and I'm so excited about them. But these are the porch babies and they're doing well too. That's my $5 container from Walmart. I think it's supposed to be a beach bag or something. I liked it better for a tomato bag. Give this place a little spring look. 38 tomato plants in the ground. There are 2 store-bought celebrities, and the rest were grown from seed by me. There are Romas, Rutgers, Arkansas Travelers, Amish Paste, Marions, Alpacas, Beefsteak, Homestead, and Bonnie's Best. Hopefully, I'll get some fruit. They're doing well. And my shoulders are tired, but the post hole diggers are my friend. The only tomatoes I have left are the ones I planted for the grandbabies, and I'm gonna keep them in the greenhouse for a little while longer, and then I'll pot them up into something they can take home with them, and all will be well. Main thing is, tomatoes are in the ground. Got a couple on the porch and some more under lights, probably a dozen more, but that is vernissage yellow, black cherries, white cherries, and one of those, oh, I can't even think what it's called. It's a black something. It's an unusual tomato for me. I've never tried it before, and I'll think of it in a little bit. Black brandywine, that's what I was trying to think of. And a pink ox heart. The black cherries. I've got some other peppers and things going, and some Swiss chard. More peppers. Those are the ancho poblano. Got more basil. Got a rosemary and some other plants. Something called a shrimp plant and something else that somebody gave me. Got 2 hemp plants from those seeds that I got at Deep South. Got a celery, 2 celeries going. More basil, aloe vera, peace lily, and some ivy. Got mojito mint, spearmint, and chocolate mint. Got another black goji berry waiting to come up. 1 loofah because I didn't want to get overpowered. Some spices, oregano and such, and lettuce, and some purslane. And let me see if I can show you what the goji berries are looking like. Let's see. Trying to get under this light. Sorry. So there's the goji berries. I got 2 cups of those. And I'm thinning out the plants. Today's project, post-driving bamboo and stakes for all these tomato plants. I'm using my post hole driver, or post driver rather, and my mallet. Use the mallet just to kind of get them started and get that driver after it. I'm getting stronger. I feel it. Used to, when I first started driving post, it was hard for me to lift that driver up. Now it's like slinging up there with no problem. So I'm building some muscle along the way. I ran out of stakes, but I tried to get the main ones that needed to be staked. The indeterminates for sure on a stake, and I'll get some more.